Take one.
Tonight on the Heaven's Metal Show, we're going to talk about some history of HM Magazine. Distribution deals gone bad, and I got hurt by the church. Boo-hoo-hoo. Welcome back to the Heaven's Metal Show, the Heaven's Metal Podcast. So this is issue number 113 of HM Magazine. And this came out in about 2010. What's interesting is As I Lay Dying was on the cover of the issue preceding our big anniversary issues. This was right before issue number 114, which was our 20th anniversary issue. And they were also on the cover of issue number 143, which was the issue before 144, which was our 25th anniversary issue. It's kind of a unique coincidence, I think. So anyway, HM Magazine was distributed worldwide, and via distribution deals. We had a Christian bookstore and Christian retail distribution through our main distributor, which was Ingram Periodicals, who put our stuff in Christian bookstores. They also put us in some Barnes & Nobles and B. Dalton's and Hastings record stores and places like that. And anyway, this particular issue came out, and an angry customer came to a Christian bookstore and said, "Look at this ad. I went to this website, and this was anything but godly." Now, I don't know which ad they're referring to, and I'll get into why I don't know in a little bit later. But it could have been the Blood and Ink Records ad that said, available at Hot Topic, which is kind of cool that Christian hardcore music was available at Hot Topic at the time, 2010. Maybe it was the, here's my best guess, is it was this ad, the As I Lay Dying ad by Metal Blade Records. And at the bottom of the ad, it has metalblade.com. It could have been this ad. It was a tour called Sounds of the Underground. Look at all those bands. Clutch, Gwar, Poison the Well, Opeth. Man, those are not bands that glorify the Lord, says your typical righteous rocker. Yeah, but look who's on the bill, Norma Jean. Isn't it cool that one of, quote-unquote, our bands is on a tour like this? Like, if they have a message in their music, who needs to hear that message more? Kids in a youth group or kids going to see Opeth? But anyway, my best guess is that it was this Metal Blade ad. It could have been maybe Sinai Beach was signed to Victory Records at the time. Oh, if you go to victoryrecords.com, I bet you're not going to see quotes from the Bible on there or encouragement for the youth group kids. So anyway, here's what happened. After this issue came out, an angry customer went to the Christian retailer with this issue in hand and said, "I saw these ads in the magazine. I went to the website. This was anything but godly. You should not carry this in your store." And the store, which was a national chain, they were purchasing 500 copies of each issue of HM as it came out every other month. And the person at the bookstore reassured the customer that they would stop carrying this magazine. And the retail chain called up our distributor and said, "We are pulling this magazine from our stores. We don't want to receive any more copies. We do not want to discuss this anymore. If you persist in discussing this anymore, we will pull all of our product from your distribution channels." And they distributed a lot of stuff, not just magazines, but all kinds of stuff like music, hats, choir robes, trinkets, statues, books, whatnot. So that was kind of a big threat for a national retail chain with bookstores all over the nation, probably in every state or close to every state, was said, if you argue with us or persist in pursuing this matter of HM Magazine anymore, we're going to pull all of our products. We're not going to accept any more distribution from you guys. And so the customer service rep from my distributor came to me and told me this. And I said, but the fact that these bands are on a secular record label is something that we should be rejoicing about and excited about and celebrating, not getting mad about it, that light bands are in a dark place. That's what we've always wanted ever since we started rocking for the Lord, right? You wanted your art to be accepted based upon the quality of the art. And for those who wanted to change the world and make Jesus famous, they wanted to be able to not preach to the choir, but preach to the unsaved people that needed to hear the message of salvation. So even though I think that argument is a valid one, and I wanted to make it, and I think it's reasonable for people in a dispute to talk to each other, this particular retail chain refused to even discuss the matter. That might be partly based upon issue number 104, which came out about a year and a half prior to that. Let me grab that real quick. Issue number 104. This was an article that was 19 years in the making. I wrote this cover story, The Ugly Truth Behind Christian Rock. And you can find this article at issuu.com, ISSUU.com. Search Heaven's Metal or Doug Van Pelt, and you'll see a copy of this article that you can read for free. I've also posted it on Facebook several times. But anyway, this particular retail chain said, I sent out a preview. I think we promoted the fact that this issue was coming out because it was exciting that we were going to be telling a story like this. And they refused to carry it. I said, we appreciate, guitar on the cover. You can put a guitar on the cover, but not a impaled torso. So count us out for this issue. We'll pick it right up with the next issue. So this is issue 104. By the time issue number 113 came around, they had had enough with arguing with HM Magazine, and they were like, "If we don't even want to discuss this anymore. This is a done deal. If you persist in pursuing this matter, we're going to pull all of our business from you." So my distributor, had to face this major national chain and basically say, "Sorry, Doug." And that was very disheartening, and it was a letdown that, some of the things that we'd worked hard at pursuing were coming true, that our magazine and the music we covered was available in the real world, and that somebody who wasn't raised in church or only went to Christian bookstores could actually pick up this product and hear this message and find it. But within 2 hours, it may have been less than 1 hour, I can't remember exactly, but within 2 hours of receiving the news that this major Christian national retail chain was going to stop carrying HM Magazine, which meant 500 copies of the magazine, our grand distribution total was going to go down by 500. Within 2 hours, I got an email from a mainstream magazine distributor that said, "Doug, we would like to carry your magazine in our stores, and here's the first order for 500 copies." Now, isn't that cool that one door closed and another window, so to speak, opened immediately? So I just thank God that even though this kind of stung a little bit, it was frustrating, I just trusted him and was going to continue doing what I felt called to do. And, I felt called to do HM Magazine for 28 years. It was the best ride on earth for me because I got to have my life, my dream, my ministry, my business, all be the same thing. And it was very fulfilling. I felt like I was created to do this. And for that time, I was, and I did. And but it was so cool to see within 2 hours of that bad news, get some good news. So we were able to carry on without a blip. And, felt sorry for the folks that got their copies of HM at that retail chain that they can no longer do, but it was available elsewhere. So that's the story for today. Join the discussion, and thanks for watching.